Greetings, free thinkers. Welcome to the Hoggcast. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing fine. I certainly am. Okay, what do we have for you on today's episode? We have two clips to watch in which I will make the case. It's just my opinion, but I do believe that the truckers are winning. You've seen the updates from the Canadian government, the absurdly draconian stance they are taking, which clearly has nothing to do with the goof. This was over the whole mandate thing, yeah? Have you noticed that from the Canadian government's perspective, it's gone way beyond the coof? In fact, Trudeau doesn't even mention it anymore. He doesn't even mention it anymore. He does not want working class people, to think that they have a shred of power. That's why he's doing what he's doing. Remember their response to the usual suspects when they were ripping things down and setting light to everything in sight? You remember he literally bent the knee to them. This is Justin Trudeau I'm talking about here. This is Doug Ford, right? Now, I think he's had about enough. Though I will say, if you listen to what he's going to say, I do think to a small extent he is trying to sit on the fence and play both sides. But largely, I think he's finally getting it. He's finally waking up, yeah? So we've got that clip to watch. And then we've got another clip to watch after that of the people down at the bridge and the scenes that the government probably wouldn't want you to see, in which law enforcement and truckers shake hands, they talk, they engage with each other, which that engagement I think is the one thing they don't want. So we'll get into this video. If you haven't yet though, please like the video, subscribe to the Hoggcast, hit the notification bell and share the video around. Doing those things, sharing it on social media for example, should help me stay competitive with CNN and the other mainstream media type companies and broadcasters who get preferential treatment, because at the end of the day we are conservative commentators and we are the underdog. Also have a membership scheme which you can join. I have now 9 amazing beautiful members who honour and humble me that they value my content as much as they do. I'm only a small channel, like small fry, but for me to have 9 members, it keeps me doing what I do. And you can become member 10 if you so choose. Okay, let's go. Okay, over to Ontario Premier Doug Ford.
You can go to Costco, you can go to Walmart, you can go shopping. You know, you don't know if the person has a shot beside you or not, but we also know that it doesn't matter if you have 1 shot or 10 shots, you can catch COVID. See, the Prime Minister has triple shots, and I know hundreds of people with 3 shots that caught COVID.
Well, you see, this is the thing, and it's not about misinformation or any of that rubbish, yeah? Can you remember? Now, I personally do not believe that Trudeau actually had the coof when he said he did. So if you remember when the truckers originally arrived in the capital, this is Justin Trudeau, he disappeared, didn't he? They wanted to speak to him. This could have all been sorted if he just spoke to them. Now, he will tell you that he's had the jab, all 3 of them, or 4 now, depending on which country you're in. Yet he wants you to believe that he still caught it. So why are you trying to push a mandate onto what were, for 2 years, essential workers, right? When you yourself are living proof, if what you say is true, that hasn't worked. Just think about it, yeah?
We just have to be careful. We've got to always make sure we wash our hands and move forward. But, Colin, we can't stay in this position forever. We got to learn to live with this and get on with our lives. I bet if I asked...
That's what we've been saying for a long time now. And it's very refreshing to hear you say this. Personally, there is a part of me that thinks you're only saying this to curry favour with your voting base, because deep down you know that they are beyond fed up with this, yeah. So there is, in my opinion, a small element of that, but it is refreshing to hear you say this. But we've been feeling this way for a long time.
I see every single person in this room. Do you want these damn masks or do you want them off? They want them off. They want to get back to normal. They want to be able to go for dinner with their families. And there's every single person, including myself, knows people that are unvaccinated. You know, sure, there's the rebel rousers, and then there's just hardworking people that just don't believe in it.
And what... This is the thing, why would they? You've just said yourself that you can still catch it. And look, I'm not telling anyone not to get anything. I'm not telling anyone to get anything. That's a decision for you to make with your doctor, whilst you're still allowed to do that. That being said, right, Why carry on? Why carry on? I think Trudeau and his ilk have forgotten what a politician is supposed to be in the Western Hemisphere. A public servant. How are you serving the public? Those truckers are the public. How are you serving them? By carrying this on when it doesn't need to. Just stop.
And that's their choice. This is about, again, a democracy and freedoms and liberties. And I hate, as a government, telling anyone what to do. We just got to get moving forward and get out of this and protect the jobs. You know, I think a lot.
I really hope you are sincere when you say this. I have my doubts, but I do hope.
A lot of people, Colin, probably yourself too, everyone's done with us. Like, we are done with it. Let's start moving on, and cautiously, and you know, we've followed the rules, all of us, like 90% of us.
Probably more than 90%, probably 99%. But as time went on, that figure would have went down, because people, you can't expect people to continue to play this pantomime game forever. I mean, it's okay for you politicians, because politicians, you don't live in the real world. You know, you can do anything, and you never face consequences for what you do. But for ordinary people, for example, the truckers, a lot of them are poked, they're jabbed, okay? Do you think such nuances come into the debate that Trudeau has with his team? Do you think it comes into it? Of course it doesn't. And they're trying to regulate Bitcoin, well, cryptocurrency in general, yeah? The Canadian government has no jurisdiction to do that at all. And that thing without a court order. They're going to be freezing bank accounts without a court order. So you compare that to literally bending the knee to the people who pull the churches down and they do all of the things that they do. You know what they do. The people that Trudeau bent the knee to, literally bent the knee to. Yet a group of hard-working drivers who were considered for 2 years to be essential workers, now they're refusing to go along with your pantomime after 2 years. They've done this for 2 years. All of a sudden you just throw them away. Yeah, exactly. And then we have this clip here. It's been seen 2.5 million times now. I wish my video would get seen 2.5 million times. Now, sorry for that. It's just a shameless plug. Hey, look, I don't plug myself that often, right? But I thought I'd do it this time. So, look. This is the truckers, the drivers, their supporters, everyone out there. Now, you've often seen a lot of very combative clips on the internet in regards to the two butting heads. The government, Trudeau loves that. He loves that. Well, that's what he wants. What he doesn't want is this, yeah?
Our home and native in all thy sons shall men, with glowing hearts we see the true North strong and free, from far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land. Glory for thee.
It's lovely, isn't it? Blah, blah, blah. Everyone likes that type of thing, yeah. But how can I put it? Singing the national anthem, it's a sign of unity. But, as we saw in the United States, I'm just trying to choose my words very carefully here. It doesn't achieve much. Remember the clip? I did a video, I can't remember which video it was about a month ago. Probably a little bit longer. In New York, a NYPD officer grabbed the flag out of someone's hand, the United States flag, threw it on the ground and then stood on it. And if you don't believe me, I think I actually made that the epicenter of the video. Go into my videos and you'll find it. It's not too long ago. All I'm saying is that with Trudeau ramping up the pressure on his own citizens. It's like a petty kind of vindictive, spiteful war against his own people. Singing the national anthem only goes so far, especially if you're singing it to people who actually despise the national anthem. What's that going to achieve?
Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Thank you, guys.
You see, the thing that, I mean, this is, I like this clip, right, for two reasons that come to mind. One, because of the unity. Everyone wants unity, right? Well, at least us on the right do. Believe it or not, it's us on the right that want unity, right? But the second thing is, I wish the camera had focused more on the Mounties so we could see if they were singing or if they were clapping when everyone clapped. Because if not, if they're all just stood there, like, kind of like, ugh, it has, in my mind, it has echoes of like North Korea, you know, where like the citizenry are like drones type behaviour, drone behaviour. But look, at least they're shaking their hands, and I'm showing you this clip precisely because of that, because that is going to damage the narrative, and that's all they have. The narrative. It's going to damage the narrative. And I like when the narrative gets damaged, because I stand for the truth, and I'm sure if you're watching this, you do too. So there we have, look, Doug Ford waxing lyrical about this newfangled freedom thing that we've been talking about for a long time. And then we have some of the police. Oh yeah, that's it. The I think is it the Ontario or Ottawa? I think it's the chief of police in Ottawa has actually resigned. It's either Ontario. I don't know the provincial system in Canada that well, and this is like hot off the press, so it's hot news. I only just saw it not long ago. He's actually resigned. He was the one you saw. Remember the clips of him? He did press conferences saying they're going to do this and they're going to do that to the truckers. Yeah, that guy. He's actually resigned. I would love to believe that he's resigned because he realises what he's done is wrong. Like with these police officers here shaking their hands, everyone's having a good time. I would love to believe that's the case. I don't think it is, but who knows. Anyway, look, I'll leave it there. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.